Welcome to an AMX Technical Quick Start video. In this video we're going to show you how to connect an ICSLan box to a NetLinx Master Controller and configure the ICSLan box's device ID. For this example we have a DHCP server on the network which is handing out IP addresses in the same broadcast domain as the NetLinx Master Controller. Firstly, let's connect to our NetLinx Master Controller with the NetLinx Studio application. Here we have an NI 700 running master firmware version 3.60.453. Now let's have a look at our ICSLan box. This ICSLan box is an EXP COM2. It has two serial COM ports allowing for RS232, RS422 and RS485 control. ICSLan boxes are power over Ethernet devices, so all we need to do to boot the EXP COM2 is connect it to a power over Ethernet source. In this example, I am using the NXA eNet8 PoE Managed Gigabit PoE Ethernet switch from AMX. Out of the factory, ICSLan boxes are set to DHCP. When the ICS box boots for the first time, the status LED turns on and the link activity LED blinks quickly to indicate that the ICSLan box is trying to contact a DHCP server. Once the DHCP request has been made and the DHCP server has assigned the ICSLan box an IP address, the link activity LED will turn off. Now that the ICSLan box is on the network, let's go back to NetLinx Studio and refresh the online tree. We can see that the EXP COM2 is now showing up in the online tree. It's listed under the unbound NDP devices. At this point, the EXP COM2 is not connected to any master controller. If we right-click on an ICSLan box in the online tree and select Show Device Properties, you can view information about the ICSLan box such as serial number, IP address, and MAC address. This information is useful when you have multiple ICSLan boxes on the one network, as it allows you to distinguish each individual unit. Just like any other NetLinx device, the ICSLan box needs to be connected to a NetLinx Master Controller before it can be used. This is done by binding the ICSLan box to the NetLinx Master Controller. In NetLinx Studio, right-click on the ICSLan box in the online tree and select Network Bind Unbind Device from the context menu. This will open up the Bind Unbind Device window. All the master controllers on the network will show up in the Master Binding section, and we just need to check the checkbox next to the master controller that we want to bind the ICSLan box to, and then press the OK button. Let's have a quick look at the LEDs on the ICSLan box to see the changes. As soon as you bind the ICSLan box to the NetLinx Master Controller in NetLinx Studio, the link activity LED will turn on solid and the status LED will start blinking on and off every 5 seconds to indicate that the ICSLan box is connected to a master controller. Now that we have bound the ICSLan box to the NetLinx Master Controller, we can see when we refresh the online tree in NetLinx Studio that the EXP COM2 moves from showing as an unbound NDP device to showing as being connected to the NI 700. The EXP COM2 is listed under the Dynamic and Virtual Devices section in the online tree. Out of the box, the ICSLan boxes are configured to obtain a dynamic device ID from the NetLinx Master Controller. This avoids the conflicts that often occur when connecting multiple devices to the same NetLinx Master Controller that all have the same device ID. The NI 700 has assigned the EXP COM2 a dynamic device number of 32002. We need to change the device ID of the ICSLan box to a device ID that lies in the physical device range between 1 and 32,000. I'm going to choose 7001, but you can choose any device ID in the physical device range that is not already assigned to another device connected to the same master controller. Once the device ID has been changed, you will see the ICSLan box disappear from the online tree. This is because it's reconfiguring itself. It connects back to the master controller with the new device number almost instantly, and we just need to refresh the online tree again to see the ICSLan box connected to the master controller with its new device number. Now you can write code to control the ICSLan box just like you would any other native NetLinx device. So just to recap, Step 1. Connect to the NetLinx Master Controller with NetLinx Studio. Step 2. Connect the ICSLan box to the network and wait for it to obtain an IP address from the DHCP server. Step 3. Refresh the online tree in NetLinx Studio to show the ICSLan box as an unbound NDP device. Step 4. Bind the ICSLan box to the NetLinx Master Controller. And Step 5. change the device ID of the ICSLan box from a dynamic device number to a device number within the physical device range between 1 and 32,000. Thank you for watching this AMX Technical Quick Start video. For more information on the complete range of ICSLan boxes, please visit www.amx.com.